Some of you here practice various forms of yoga, and my specialty is the yoga of relationships. Love relationships, work relationships. But as you go through life, just the people that you meet here are also mirrors and teachers for you. I'm trying to put out the idea that we're all fellow journeyers on this journey, and we're here to help each other wake up. And the waking up process is what I want to talk to you about today. You know the old proverb, may you live in interesting times. I was just thinking about that as I was driving here today. And the way I interpret that is very much in the vein of life as a practice, life as a way of schooling yourself to be able to live in more and more of your, I think of them as emotional rooms. You know, as we grow up, we stop living in many of the rooms in our emotional house. It's not okay to feel this, or it's not okay to say that. And over time, we have been conditioned to live a smaller and smaller life and to stay comfortable, to want to stay comfortable and in control. The waking up process that we're all here to help each other with is reversing that, is finding out that I can say something to you with heart that may be difficult for you to hear and difficult for me to say, but it will expand our capacity to feel and to be more fully human. Now this phrase, may you live in interesting times, my friend and I who were driving down together, we said to each other, what a great time to be alive. Wow, what a privilege. And I think one of the privileges here is we are seeing that evolution is speeding up, and we have a way to participate in helping evolution go in a creative, constructive, loving direction. Back in 1980, I wrote a book called The Couple's Journey, and I interviewed over 100 couples, and in that work, we put out the idea, those couples helped me get the idea into the mainstream that intimate relationships can be for evolution, for both people helping each other wake up to the automatic fears that tend to come up in intimate relationships, like fear of rejection, fear of being controlled. We'll look at some of those more in a little while, how each relationship is an opportunity to look more into dark places in your emotional house, shine some light on that, and thereby stretch your comfort zone so you don't live in such a small house anymore, so you really can inhabit more of your humanity. But since 1980, and people have been getting the idea that, oh yeah, intimate relationships can be a spiritual journey, I'm finding all relationships are. And like I said, the people that I meet here, maybe I just project some kind of an impression onto you. I don't know if it's intuition or projection or some combination, but whatever I project onto you and whatever feelings go along with that, that's a mirror of something that I need to look at in myself, some room in my emotional house that perhaps I'm not familiar with or not comfortable with. So this waking up process, I call the tools that I use to help you with this, I call getting real. And it's basically honesty as a practice, honest communication. So I will be giving you some of the truth skills that are outlined in this book, Getting Real. But before I go into the how to help each other awaken, and I have some very specific tools for that, I'd like to set a little bit more of a context looking at how evolution is calling for something new from us. We're probably all aware that new information and disturbing information sometimes pleasurable challenges. All of this stuff is coming at us at a faster and faster rate. And the old way of making decisions about, oh, here I am in this situation, what do I do next? The old way had a lot to do with mental reasoning that was like a chess game. If I do this, then this person will say that, and then I'll get this result. Well, that way of living in the world is becoming obsolete. It has been obsolete for a very long time, actually, but we're getting the feedback now that expecting the next moment to be like it always has been, it's a ridiculous assumption, and it keeps you stuck, not able to look at what does this moment right here call for. So I have done some research to discover that there are some new human capacities that are emerging in people. Capacities that allow you to be more aware in each moment. So as we grew up in many of our childhood situations, we learned to shut down our sensitivities, and now we're helping each other wake up to our sensitivities and even expand our sensitivities so that you can really feel the 360 degrees of what reality is in this moment. But in order to do that, we have to really take on the discipline of wanting to stretch our comfort zones, wanting to look at the dark shadow material, like, okay, when my partner, who I'm feeling like I want to spend a nice intimate evening with my partner. Put yourself in this scene. You want to spend a nice intimate evening, and it's like 9 p.m. maybe. And he says to me, I'm going to bed now. I have a moment there. My button got pushed. My rejection button, in my case. And all of us can learn to identify those moments when the little button gets pushed, because I was hoping for a longer, more intimate evening, and he's taking off. But what do? Typically, what do? We say, okay, see you in the morning. You know, play it cool. I call that a control pattern. How many people here have ever seen yourself kind of cover over what's really going on inside for fear of causing a hassle, making the other person feel uncomfortable, or possibly not looking good? So we all have multiple control patterns. This is exciting to begin to be aware of your different control patterns.